One evening at twilight, Spade came to a shopping street near the residential area of the Holy Land. He was browsing a grocery store for candy that children might like. Spade would give candy to children when they came to Harold's temple. He had come to buy more candy for this purpose. In the Holy Land, there were residential areas for priests, craftsmen, and others who worked there, and their children also lived in the Holy Land. There was even a school for children. Harold's temple was popular among the boys, while the girls often went to Dana's temple. There weren't too many children, so they were all familiar faces to priests. "Thank you for your purchase," the shopkeeper said. As Spade was leaving the store, he encountered Cougar, who was just entering. Spade was dressed all in black, with a black jacket and trousers, while Cougar wore his usual white priest's robe with gold embroidery. "Oh, good evening. Do you also do your own shopping, Mr. Cougar?" Spade asked. "Hello," Cougar replied curtly as he entered the store.
I wonder if Mr. Cougar has a sweet tooth.
Spade thought, intrigued by what Cougar might buy. Spade found himself going back into the store. Cougar was talking to the shopkeeper about various things. As he was about to leave after just talking, he noticed Spade stood in the store. "Is there something you need?" Cougar asked.
Oh, I was just curious about what you were buying.
Spade replied, "I was ordering some snacks to give to the children when they come to the temple next time," Cougar explained. "Don't your attendants usually do the shopping?" Spade inquired. "They do, but I had some business nearby today. An acquaintance was feeling under the weather, so I came to check on them."
I see. By the way, would you like to chat for a bit?
Spade asked hastily, worried that Cougar might teleport away if he didn't ask quickly. Cougar gave Spade a stern look.
We're friends, aren't we?
Spade said with a smile.
Who said we were friends?
Cougar retorted. "When we bumped fists, that made us friends," Spade insisted.
Please stop with that overly familiar attitude,
Cougar said. Cougar tried to walk past Spade, but Spade fell in step beside him.
Don't be like that. It's not appropriate here, so why don't we go somewhere near the coast?
Spade suggested. Women returning from shopping noticed Cougar and explained. Cougar stood out wherever he went.
Fine. Where do you want to talk? Cougar agreed after a moment's consideration.
"In that case, I'll take us there," Spade said, touching Cougar's arm and teleporting them away. Spade had brought Cougar to a breakwater built to protect the western part of the Holy Land. There was also a dock on this side, but the boats moored here were mostly fishing boats. The sun was just about to set on the horizon. "I like it here," Spade said. "I often come here to fish. Would you like to join me sometime?" "No," Cougar immediately replied. "You're so cold." Spade sighed. "Didn't you have something to talk about?" Cougar asked. "Well, yes, but I'm not sure how to put it." Spade seemed to be hesitating. "Should I ask about Lady Yuri?" Spade thought he hadn't been thinking about Yuri all the time, but since he had run into Cougar, he wondered if he could ask about the possibility of sending a letter only to the snake-eyed Yuri. However, if he asked, Cougar would probably want to know why. That would be troublesome. On the other hand, Cougar had agreed to come because he wanted to ask why the blood on Spade's wrist had disappeared. There was a moment of silence. "You had a bud on your wrist until recently, didn't you?" Cougar finally asked, breaking the silence. "You could see that?" Spade replied, surprised. "You couldn't see it, could you?" "Actually, I couldn't." "Why did it disappear?" "All about that." As Spade was thinking, this is a bit difficult to explain. They heard a man scream from nearby town. Both of them turned towards the sound. They immediately teleported to the source of the voice. A middle-aged man was sitting on a rock, seemingly paralyzed with fear. A fishing rod lay beside him. He appeared to be a fisherman. "What happened?" Spade asked the man, while Cougar immediately turned his attention to the sea. A thick, dark object was floating on the surface of the water, a short distance from the breakwater. It seemed to be only part of something, as a thick, long object about 1 meter in diameter was writhing in the water. From above, they couldn't see its full length. What's that? Spade noticed it too. That's not good, Cougar said, his gaze intense. There was an ominous feeling in the air. It wasn't a creature normally found in the sea. Mr. Cougar, I saw something, a huge moray eel or something, I'm not sure. But it had a strange face. What the hell is that? It's incredibly long. The man approached Cougar, clinging to him. It's all right. Just sleep for a bit, Cougar said, placing his hand on the man's forehead. The man closed his eyes and lay down on the spot. Cougar immediately prepared for battle. I'll go get some weapons. Please watch over things here, Spade said, and disappeared. Cougar finally.
Cougar released pillars of light about 3 meters around the creature to prevent it from escaping. Since they couldn't reach the seabed, the light pillars floated on the surface, but somehow they connected with strands of light. These strands spread to the sea bottom like a curtain. As the light fence formed, the creature began thrashing about as if in pain. It seemed to avoid touching the light strands lying in the center. It's reacting, which means it's definitely not a good thing. Cougar said, normal sea creatures wouldn't react to a light fence. Sorry to keep you waiting, Spade returned. He was holding 3 long harpoons. He put 2 down and readied 1 in his right hand. I'll aim for it when it surfaces, Spade said. Wait a moment. Cougar cast a light spell on the harpoon. I'll shrink the fence. Aim for it when it emerges, Cougar instructed. Understood, Spade replied. Cougar released golden stakes around the black creature one after another. The creature writhed and finally raised its head. It had a face like a giant moray eel, but with bulging eyes and a mouthful of large sharp teeth. In an instant, Spade released his power and threw the harpoon at the creature's face. The glowing harpoon pierced through the creature's mouth and out the back of its head at an incredible speed. Simultaneously, they heard what sounded like a death cry. The mysterious creature sank into the sea along with the harpoon. Light coursed through the creature's body, and eventually, strands of light shot up to the sea surface. Is it dead? Spade asked. Probably. No, it's definitely dead, Cougar replied. The light strands spread through the sea, purifying the surrounding area. They both silently gazed down at the sea surface for a while. Why was something like that here? Cougar asked Spade. I don't know. It's unusual for it to be in the sea. We usually hear about them appearing on land, Spade answered. I wonder where it came from. The problem is, which other side is connected to here? Cougar said. Looking at the sea surface, the waves were calm, and there was no sign of any other suspicious creatures. But there was no guarantee that this was the only one. It would be difficult to pinpoint the location I'd never heard of, there being a sea on the other side. But I guess creatures like this exist there too, Spade said, tilting his head. There must be rivers and lakes, at least Cougar replied. But for now, I'll patrol the area with my comrades. Thank you for your help. I'm glad you are here, Mr. Cougar, Spade said quickly, expressing his gratitude. It's nothing, Cougar replied. Cougar woke up the man he had put to sleep. Cougar remembered Ashland's words. Something bad will happen within a few years. Is this a prelude to that? It's ominous, Cougar thought. After checking the area one more time to confirm there was nothing else, Cougar returned to the temple to report what had happened.